Welcome back, everybody. All right, so we are going to talk about what sold this week. We've had a really good week. Everything's just been kind of popping, and so we are going to just jump right on into it. Okay, so we started out with a major sale on the evening of last Sunday, and it was the Spider-Man comic book that I got for free from my mom. And hi, Mom. And anyway, so we got a offer on it for $100. We accepted, and it shipped out this week. So it is on its way to its new home. We are going to move fairly quickly through all of these. I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit more compact and get it going. All right, so next, I know that last week we sold the Tupperware salt and pepper shakers. Well, this week we sold the sister set to that one. Again, picked it up for 50 cents at a garage sale, sold it for $15.95. This Pac-Man shirt, it was like a tie-dyed Pac-Man shirt, picked it up at Goodwill for $2.49. It sold this week for $16.95, buyer paid shipping. And of course, as always, buyers always pay shipping on my listings. This Garfield with the little Garfield slippers, this little Garfield plush, paid 50 cents for him. He sold for $30, and that was full price. Next up are going to be these little wine corks. Picked these wine corks up at Goodwill. I paid like $1.99 for them. They sold this week full price for $21.95. Right? Wine corks. Crazy. Then we have this Hank Williams 8-track. Paid 25 cents for it. Sold this week for $13.95. We didn't have any like really huge sales. We just had a whole bunch of little sales this week, which freed up a bunch of space, which then in turn allows me to buy more. Okay. So then we have this Encyclopedia Brown books. I know that I sold one last week. I sold another one this week. Picked it up for 12 cents. It sold this week for $9.99. Then we have this Papo soldier. Remember, you guys, I was telling you about anytime you see those little plastic soldiers and those little plastic toys that look unique, maybe they're really intricately made, pick them up. Paid 25 cents for this little guy. He sold this week. We sent an offer for $8. The buyer accepted, and they paid shipping. We have this Mickey Mouse lunchbox. Picked it up at Goodwill for $2. It sold this week for $9.50. That was an offer that we sent out, and they accepted. Anyway, these are Paula Deen bowls. Picked them up for $6 at Goodwill for the set. She paid $24.95, and those shipped out this week. Next is going to be this El Paso hat. I know I've told you guys before, anytime you are driving around or you see a yard sale, always check the boxes by the side of the road, because you never know what people are throwing away. This was in one of the throwaway boxes, so it was free, and it sold this week for $14.95. Now, last week I was telling you about this little bamboo stylus pen that I picked up at Goodwill. Paid, I believe, $4.99, so $5 for it, and it sold this week full price for $59.95. Okay, so we will pause here for just a second. Okay, so another one of those magazines sold. Picked it up for 50 cents, and as you know, if you haven't yet seen that particular video, it is the video on how I embarrassed myself. But this magazine sold. It sold for $49.95. I'll be glad when all of these are done. All right, so picked up this Webkins, and he was a little dog. Picked him up for $1. At the time when I picked him up, I was kind of like, I think I paid maybe a little bit too much for him. I don't like paying that much for plushes. Normally, I try and keep my plushes around 25 cents to 50 cents, but this one was $1. But he did sell fairly quickly, and he sold for $9.95. Then this one was found in one of those free boxes that, like I've been telling you guys, to always look through. It was a Texas Instruments manual for a calculator. Some of these manuals really go for a lot of money, so don't ever just discount them that they're in the trash so they're not worth anything. A lot of people just don't know that some of these manuals are worth some money, so make sure that you check. This little manual, of course, we picked it up for free, and it sold for $10. That was an offer that we sent, and the buyer accepted. Then we have this House of Lords Angels, paid $1.25 at a yard sale for these. Really, really cool. So those sold this week. It was an offer that we sent for $15, buyer accepted. Then we had Madden, the Madden video game for Xbox. Picked it up at garage sale for 50 cents and it sold for $5.95. Alright, so I paid $2.49 for this Kid Grot shirt at the local Goodwill, I believe. And it sold this week for $12. That was an offer that we sent to the buyer and they accepted. Now, for the Nerf guns. Alright, so you guys remember my video last week talking about the Nerf guns that I picked up at the same garage sale, and I paid $1 a piece for these Nerf guns. Alright, so the Nerf guns that I'm going to be talking about, I only paid $1, so I'm $1 in on each of them. This Nerf gun is a zombie brain saw. It sold this week for $20. That was an offer that we sent out and the buyer accepted. Then we have this Nerf Rapid Strike. Again, paid $1. It sold full price for $19.95. Then we have this Peanuts collection. Now, a lot of people think that just because it's the McDonald's little toys, little Happy Meal toys, that they're not worth anything. But some of them can be worth some money, and you have to kind of base it off of how many pieces you have, what condition they're in. These were all in really, really good condition. Okay, and picked them up, paid $1 for the little bag of all of them, and they sold this week full price for $20.95. So really happy to see that one go. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I should include this one or not because it wasn't something that I specifically bought to go on eBay. What it was is a pair of Vans shoes that I had purchased for my nephew, okay? Now, or I guess my great nephew. And, hi Ethan. I decided that I was going to paint Super Mario Brothers. Yes, I paint Super Mario Brothers little cartoons on the shoes, right? And give them to him for Christmas. Well, at the time, I thought, because the reviews said that the Vans ran a large. So I got an 11.5, thinking, okay, they'll run large, so then that way he'll be able to fit into them. Well, when we got them in, they weren't the large at all. They were actually like a half a size too small. So anyway, he wasn't able to use them. So I thought, well, I'll just put them on eBay and see what happens. A lady sent me an offer for $33. I accepted, and those got shipped off this week. But I was sad to see them go because I think I did a really good job painting them. Oh, the Ever After High. Picked this up at this particular yard sale, paid $5 for it, sold this week for $33. That was an offer we accepted, and it shipped off, I want to say it shipped off Friday. So yeah, that was a good sale. I was really happy to see that one leave because, you know, sometimes you think, oh, this is really cool, and then you have it for a week or two and you start thinking, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have bought this. But no, it was a good buy. It was a good buy. So Monster High, Ever After High, those are good solid investments. Make your money and plus some back, so it'll be good. Okay, so moving right along, we have this plush duck. I picked it up at a yard sale for 25 cents. It sold for $19. That was an offer that the buyer accepted. And I don't know about you guys, but this happens to me quite a bit. I'll have people that will buy something and it takes them forever to pay. So this little duck was purchased last week, I want to say on Friday, and so here we are on Monday and they still haven't paid for it, but it was a sold item. So that of the list, that's the only item that I'm waiting for it to be purchased. So we'll see if they end up going through with it or if they don't. Now we have this Fisher Price, I think it's called the Loving Family. It was like the little van, and then it had the two little car seats in the back, and then it had the mom with the blonde hair. Picked this up at a yard sale for $3. I listed this one for $27.95, got full price for it, and it shipped out today. So it sold over the weekend. Alright, so we had picked up these little vintage wood cutouts. Anyway, picked them up, paid $1.99 a piece for them. This particular one sold, and it sold on an offer that we sent for $13.50. It too got sent out today. Now this John Deere, it was like a match holder we picked up at a yard sale, paid $1 for it. It sold over the weekend for $9.95. Alright, so here's our second pair of shoes for this week. So these Born sandals, so picked them up, paid $1.50. Of course, it was at the end of the day, and so they were ready to get rid of everything, and so everything outside was half price. Picked them up for $1.50, and they sold this week on an offer that we sent for $14, and the buyer paid shipping. Okay, all right guys, so that is my video of what sold this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you subscribe. Bye.